Well, hello everybody, and welcome one more time. It is once again Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you had a great week, and I really hope you're gonna have a. I'm actually wishing you a great weekend coming up. Today, coming to you once again from my home studio here in Miami. It is 6 p.m., almost 6:01. I'm a little late. I'm sorry. I was making me a little bit of coffee here. It's 6:01 p.m. Eastern Time, which means it's 3 p.m. Pacific, 2300 UTC, and very early morning for those of you in Australia, and it's probably mid-morning. Anyways, as I said, salud. Yeah, I needed this. I didn't sleep very well last night, and I was getting a little sleepy. So it's okay. What does this talking about? Oh dear, Robert sounds like he's talking in a tunnel, and he got the wide-eyed look. I do. I should find a way to monitor myself, but no, just kidding. Never mind. This is really good. It's not really Cuban coffee. I have an espresso machine, and whenever I'm in a hurry, I want to make a coffee real quick. That's what I do. I didn't even put sugar in it. So, anyways, a good morning, everybody. Good morning. What's wrong with me? You can tell I'm a little discombobulated today. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. This is going to be Sunday. Um, and yeah, looking forward to spending some time with my mom on Sunday. We're gonna go have late lunch, early dinner somewhere. You know how that is. Lisa Martin, good evening. Colombia, hello, Pelicans from Port St. Lucie, and I'm overdue to go back to Port St. Lucie at some point. Actually, I don't think I've ever been to Port St. Lucie proper. I've been on the St. Lucie River boardwalk in Stuart, and that's why I think Happy Friday, Sue. Brenda Mountain Girl, yeah, coffee, and I also got some little bit of wine. I decided to stay away from the beer this this weekend and do a little bit of wine instead. So here we are. This traveler rolling on the floor, laughing at Robert expression. What expression? Wake up, Roberto, Brenda Mountain Girl, and Sue Sprang. Oh, Ted Warg is here as well. Ted Warg, which I might visit on in August if I ever make it to the to the northeast of the United States. That's the plan, anyways. Scott Horn, hello there from Greenwood, South Carolina. Happy Friday, fly Pelican fly. And maybe I can visit the Greenwood area on my way back from the Hershey RV show, huh? Hi, this travel. It was so cool when you stopped by the chat with Lucky Dog. Yeah, I saw that. Actually, I saw the Instagram pictures. I didn't actually see the chat. I'm sorry. And Robert Dallas says, "What's up?" Well, hello there, and happy Friday. Thank you, Dolores and Bruce and Kim Boyd. Will you come to Finland someday again? Well, hopefully, if it's up to me, yes, I will. I really loved Finland. I liked it more than I thought that I would, believe it or not. Rick Klein, hi Robert, new fan here, always waiting for the next video in Palm Bay, Florida. Well, hello there, Palm Bay, which I always confuse with Palm Coast for some reason, and they're like totally different places. Hello and happy Friday from IR10031981, and that your name, man, looks like that old episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation that was like 1001101111. And CLT, did you see my Spanish lyrics towards the beginning of the chat for riding in my RV? No, I missed that. Maybe I should go back. Abel Rodriguez, hi Robert, I'll be in Miami in a week from New Mexico. Hope to meet you, brother. Well, send me a message, and I'm probably most likely gonna be here. And if it's all good, yeah, definitely we can meet up. Let me see CLT's lyrics in because I had some lyrics for writing in my RV in Spanish, but they were kind of like joking around. Montando, montando en mi quitrín, donde yo quiero estar, porque soy libre en mi quitrín, mi king bing. Actually, I should say, right? We'd like to hear Robert's music. That's cool. I came up with some lyrics once, but of course it was joking. And of course, trailer in Spanish, at least in European countries, is called caravana. So I was like, viajando en mi caravana, voy donde me dé la gana. But that's kind of like vulgar sounding in Spanish, so I'm not gonna do that. Earl Blackman from Arkansas, hello there. And Marcelo DeFranco from Brazil. And from Pace, Florida, Sharon Preston, Pace, Florida. All the way from Arizona, you made it to Pace. I can't wait. 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, we're gonna be sort of driving to the west. Although the west is just, of course, I love the west, but Arizona in the summer it's not as alluring as it was in January. But I'm still willing to experience those 110, 120 degree weather. I don't know. But the idea is to make it to the Pacific Northwest and then I have to come up with a good hashtag for my lower 48 by the time I'm 48. I'm thinking either that or do like summer 2019, hashtag summer 2019 or something like that. Let me read some of the messages here because I'm missing most of your messages here. Part 11, you stay at Rincon along the beautiful waves. Yes, Brenda, that was a bucket list for sure. Hanwei Wesner has a question about Florida RV. Where's the best place for beach camping? Camp Golf in Destin, if you can grab one of those oceanfront sites. Then I would say Red Coconut in Fort Myers Beach, which is much less expensive. And one bucket list place that I want to go is Beverly Beach on the East Coast, and also it's not Jolly Roger. What's the one by Ormond Beach? My memory fails me right now. I'll look it up. But beachfront, in my opinion, Destin has to be like the best beach. Of course, then there's the Grayson State Park. There's a couple of places, but where I've been, I can only talk from my own experience. This traveler gonna send me a card, yay! Please don't open until it's your birthday, and let me know where you are when you open it. I'll open it I might do a live video for my birthday. What day of the week is my birthday this year? It's going to be on a Monday. I might do it the Friday before. From Las Vegas, Nevada, most likely. Scott Horn, you're always welcome here, Robert. We would be honored meeting you in real life. We'd take you guys to whatever restaurant you fancied. Then we could check out local historical sites, definitely. Unfortunately, most likely I'm going to be by myself for that part of the trip, but you can only hope, right? You can always hope. And Kalrutpeg. I always have a hard time pronouncing your name for some reason. Kalrutpeg, the Los RVers. Been on 101 from California to Astoria, Oregon. Definitely gonna go to Astoria. You have a lot of filming. It's beautiful here. Uphill steps, low grades. I definitely. Oh, Radioactive Garage. Thank you so much for that super chat. Always a supporter. Greetings from Miami. Which brings me to the point, how many people do we have now here? Should I announce the Miami Meetup we are planning? And I got an email back from Zinger, and I think we are set for MIA Brewing Company, and Bixby thinks I'm talking to him or to and we're gonna do it. Mark your calendars. May 29th. which is a Wednesday, May 29th, 7 p.m. MIA Beer Company. It's not brewing company, it's beer company. And more details to come, but that's when we're thinking of doing the Miami meetup. Long overdue Miami meetup. And give me a second because my glasses are so dirty. You know, since I always have a lens to clean, I always have a microfiber handy. Bissinger, MIA Brewing Company, 104. There you are, Northwest 33rd Street, Suite 150, Doral, Florida 33172. And I haven't actually been there, but I might pass by one of these days just to get, you know, the lay of the land, see how the place is. But I've heard great things about it, and I've tasted their beer. They actually had a Trappist ale that used to be really good. I don't know if it's still good. Okay, here we go. Juan Peña, happy birthday ahead of time. Thank you so much. Angie Ruse, where in Pennsylvania is a good place to stay for the RV show? Well, last year I stayed at the KOA. It's about a 15-minute drive, but it's a very nice KOA. And I do hear there's a camping right next to the fairgrounds, but I think it's dry camping, and I don't know exactly how it is. Don Holloway, thank you so much for that super chat. And hello, Robert. Happy Mother's Day to your mom and Morales and wife Eli. Enjoy your weekend. Good blessings. Don and Maria Holloway, thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Let me see what I've missed here in the back. I've missed so much. I'm not gonna be able to answer every single message, guys. I'm really so sorry. No, anyways, I'm just gonna keep going because anyways, busy Zigner, thank you so much for arranging that meetup. I really appreciate it. And Robert needs new specs. I do. I need new eyes actually, but that's another story. Um, um, Happy Friday from Germany, Deutschland. Thank you so much for being here from Germany, where it is late, kind of late at night. Love your videos. Thank you so much. And Earl Blackman, tell your mom happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Froze Moments, the Blue Ridge Mountains, Tennessee, say hello. And I can't wait to go back to the Blue Ridge Mountains. One of my favorite areas of the country. Definitely east of the Mississippi. I haven't been to Michigan yet, so but east of the Mississippi is one of my favorite areas for sure. Um, McGrath is now open. I don't know. Twin Peaks, hello, hello. Anthony Leticia, check out Flagler by the Sea beachside camp site in Flagler County. I have never really camped on the East Coast, like right on the ocean, so that's something that I really want to do. So, who knows? Who knows? We might do that soon. Jason Callahan, hello from Hollywood, Florida. LOL. Yeah, well, the video that you guys are gonna see on Sunday is actually Hollywood, the original Hollywood, California. Believe it or not, but that's just a teaser, a quick preview for you guys. Exploring America on our RV Di Tulio. Happy Friday. How did your gig go last Friday night? It went well. I'm actually a little out of shape, a little out of training. And I got really tired towards the end. But other than that, it was fun. It was fun to get back in track. And we had a visit from Amaranto, which is probably here somewhere in the chat, and from Chevy Nova. He also passed by, so that was a lot of fun. Robert, I want to se fue. Fasum got back and wanted to asking you what's in a Cuban sandwich. Well, it depends whether it is a Tampa Cuban sandwich, a Key West Cuban sandwich, or a Miami Cuban sandwich. It's usually ham, like a Black Forest ham and Swiss cheese and roast pork, thinly sliced, and then There's pickles, there's mustard, and some people put mayo on it, but I don't think it has mayo. And then it's on a Cuban bread, and which is kind of like a baguette but softer. And you put butter on top on the bottom, and then you put it on a panini press. Now, if you eat it in Tampa, it may have where it was actually invented was at Tampa. It may have salami as well, because of the Italian influence from Tampa. So there you go. That's my history lesson about the Cuban sandwich. I saw Jim, my friend Jim Forey from Ohio. Right, hi Robert. Wet and cold here in Ohio. Missing Florida now. Wish you would have met up in Miami when we were down. Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to do a Miami meetup for months, if not years, and things happen when they happen. Maybe we'll have an Ohio meetup in Columbus or somewhere. Um, didn't Jaime Lozano didn't know you play GTA 5. Big fan of that game. I'm a kind of a casual user, but I really like the map, and I really like to drive around, and I like to go to the airport and steal one of the planes and fly around, and I've finished the game once back in the old Xbox 360, but I have it on my PC now, the same one that I used to edit the videos, and the story mode I haven't finished. The Adventure of Apple and Rob. Hello there. Speaking of beer, if you go over to Concrete Beach Brewing, they have Galaxy Edge Ale on tap. Oops. Which will be the beer Disney will have at the Galaxy's Edge. Oh, cool. Concrete. I was there once. I haven't been back, but one of these days I have to do a video on the Wynwood Waltz at some point, and then I'll of course do that. Such a disappointment on the Kentucky Derby this year. Oh, do you see my T-shirt? I got this last year actually at the Derby, and I thought since the Derby just passed, it was it happened on Cinco de Mayo. Well, I might as well wear my last year's T-shirt, right? Hi, Robert. Been watching you for a year now. Thank you so much, Justin Perez. Perez. You are my favorite YouTube channel for RV travel. Planning to take our camper up north this July. What's the best route to drive from Florida to Maine? Well, I wouldn't take I-95 necessarily because it can get stressful, especially after, right before DC, around, I guess, Baltimore, in Maryland, it starts getting stressful. I would do the route that I took when old Kia died, which is, and I'm looking at the map here, hold on. At some point, you're gonna join there's a junction of I-95 with I-26. Take I-26 through Columbia, Charlotte, and no, I-26 to Columbia, then I-77 through Charlotte all the way into the mountains, and you're gonna hit I-81, and then you take I-81 northeast all the way, and it's gonna take you through Pennsylvania, and actually, at some point you may wanna change routes, because I don't know exactly how to make it to avoiding New York. Maybe somebody else knows, but probably continue on I-81 and then take I-84 through Hartford, Connecticut, and then you may have to circumvent Boston if you wanna go by the book and not take that tunnel that I took that I shouldn't have taken, and eventually you'll make it to Maine. But yeah, that's the maybe I should hold on. Give me a okay. Here we are. So that's the map. Here's the junction with I-95 and here I-95 and I-26. Go through Charlotte, and then join I-81 here, and that's my preferred. This last time that I took that route, I liked it quite a bit, because on the way back I took I-95 and it can get stressful in the Northeast. I mean, nothing against the Northeast, but It's one of the most populated areas of our country. So yeah. Okay, where were we? This traveler, you had camped at Sebastian Inlet a year back, remember? Yes, I did. We're talking about beachfront parking because Sebastian Inlet is not really oceanfront. It's like on the intercoastal side. Well, actually, no. Yeah, there is beach there too. It's a little bit of a walk, but yeah. Now I remember. You know, the thing with Sebastian Inlet is it was circumstantial in many ways, but it wasn't the greatest time I've ever had camping. So I've kind of erased it from my memory for some reason. Would Gerald O'Connell, would you recommend the Kia Sedona for pulling trailers? Probably not. I wouldn't even recommend a newer Sorrento for that. But you have to look at your manual at your towing capacity. I mean, if you're towing a teardrop or a small pop up, you might be able to get away with that. So, but I don't think it is a vehicle designed to tow. I mean, it has a probably nice V6 engine, but still, the powertrain I don't think is designed to tow much weight. My old Kia was a body on frame model, and it had and it was still somewhat inadequate, but at least it was built more truck-like. Those older ones. Ted Warg. Oh, by the way, Mark Garrett, thank you so much and happy Friday. Ted Warg, ever spent any time in Tucson, Arizona? Not yet. I've driven through it on my way somewhere else, but definitely, I wanna spend some time there. Maybe next winter. I don't know if this summer, because summer can be pretty brutal in Arizona. So I don't know. I will have to ask Max McLear. Okay, 95 is terrible. Yeah, I agree. Lester, hi Robert, enjoy your videos. They are a wealth of information. Thank you. You're very welcome. And I'm glad you find them useful. And Ted Work, I might not be in Pennsylvania when you come in August. I'm planning on heading out to Arizona. So I might meet up with you next time you are out west. Or we might meet somewhere in the middle. Who knows, man? But anyways, um, eat, sleep, RV, repeat. Hello, Robert. Happy Friday. We sent you our sticker. Hope you. I got it. Oh man, where did I put? Give me a second here. Here it is. And I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it to the Pelican heads. And as soon as we go out on a trip, I'm gonna put it on the back of Mini Teeny. And thank you so much for the card. And here's the sticker. And this light is too powerful, isn't it? There we go. At some point, it is going to. There. Eat, sleep, RV, repeat. I like that. So I have it back there because I have like 10 stickers to add to the back of Mini Teeny. I've received so many lately. And some of them that I have bought. Actually, I did not get a Disney sticker because, well, you'll find out when you watch that video. But if you heard the podcast, anyways, Armando Correa. Hi, Robert, Annie, and Armando. See you in the Hershey RV show. Definitely. I'm really looking forward to see you guys this year once again at the Hershey RV show. We'll probably do another meetup at the Troig's brewery. That was a lot of fun. And it wasn't a big crowd, and that was a good part of it because we could actually talk to each other, which was great. So sometimes there's too many people. I feel bad that I cannot give everybody like my undivided attention, and we were a pretty nice eclectic group of friends that gathered together there at the Troig's brewery last year. With one thing in common, that our love for RVing and traveling. Ernesto Velez, my friend, I'm heading to San Antonio, Santa Fe, Tucson, and Arizona, and LA. I don't have an RV, but your videos are very helpful. Thank you for the small tours. Hope to we run into each other. Beers on me, my brother. Thank you so much. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel is a nice drive. Yes, I wanna take that on my way back from Pennsylvania. Hopefully, I think I'm supposed to turn off my propane, but I think they do allow propane. You just have to turn it off. Going to Sunshine RV in the Keys for 2 weeks. That's a nice RV park. Well, you saw my video from there. I think I overpaid, but I think if you are a Thousand Trails member, it's cheaper. Lestat. Are you related to the vampire Lestat, like from the movie or the book, the Anne Rice book? Hi, desde San Francisco. Love your channel. Can you please tell me the best Cuban food in Florida? Just actually, I just had very good Cuban food, and I tried Las Olas in Miami Beach. I had great Cuban food. I just ordered from this place. It's nearby. It's called the Latin Cafe, and it's nothing special, but the food, it tastes really authentic. And in my opinion, it's not a great place like to go dine in because the service is not that great. But for delivery, they're awesome. I mean, we ordered 20 minutes later, the food was here, and it was really good. And what I was in the mood today for, it was like we got a Cuban sampler, which has like croquetas, which is croquettes, Cuban style croquettes, and they had pork chunks and tamale, Cuban tamale, and they had tostones, which is green plantains with ground beef with picadillo inside. That was very good too. And then what else did I have? I had an empanada. Yeah, too much, and the rice and beans. It was really good. And it's just a small not so small, but a cafeteria style, Cuban place. But sometimes those places are the best, believe it or not. So for Cuban food in Miami, in Florida, I don't know. There are so many other places, and then you can go all the way to the high end and eat at. And there's so many places. The Colombia restaurant in Tampa comes to mind, but that's more Spanish than Cuban. That's more maybe old Cuban or Spanish in a way. Ted Warg, I'm done with Pennsylvania winters. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Still 50 degrees up here. Pennsylvania, Ohio, everybody from up north at this time of the year is kind of done with winters, which is quite understandable. Dimitri, hold on. Dimitri Puhav. Happy Friday and holidays. Wish you traveling Eastern Europe and Asia in your RV. Hello from Russia. Hello from Russia. And that's Vidania. And I do want to travel. I mean, it's a big world, and right now I'm concentrating in the United States, but definitely I want to travel. And one of my dreams, but I would have to take one of these expedition vehicles, and time permitting, if I have enough life to do that, I would love to take one of those from Lisbon to Vladivostok. Go through the whole Eurasian continent. That would be really, really quite the trip. But something I would only do with one of those heavy duty like RVs, and it's good. They're not as comfortable. It's gonna have a cassette toilet and probably no air conditioning. But you know what? That's the adventure of a lifetime for sure. Eat, sleep, RV, repeat. You're so awesome. We're excited to be honored. Excited to be honored to join the Teeny Winnie Sticker Hall of Fame. That's what we call it. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Fun fact: Nomadic Fanatic was the first one to join that when he was just another relatively small YouTuber when we started watching him back in, I want to say, 2014. I don't know. Mr. Roboto, domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Enjoy your videos. They are really well done and informative. Found myself saying good morning in my best Robert voice when drinking my morning coffee last Harvest Host Day. Cool, man. La Carreta, Scott. La Carreta is pretty good. It's not my favorite, but yeah, La Carreta is good. And there's also the touristy place Versailles, and it's touristy, but it's authentic. They still make. And you know what place is really good and really cheap? Palacio de los Jugos, which would translate as the Palace of Juice, of the juices, for Cuban food. Um, Miss Sporty Girl 3, we're getting ready for our first RV adventure in our own vehicle. Love your video as well. Congratulations and good luck, and hope you enjoy it a lot. We definitely do. Getting close, just 30 days until San Antonio. Meetup with Robert and RV Caravan with us. Well, a little more than 30 days, isn't it? Don't tell me they changed the date on me. It's the 20th, right? Well, you know what is for certain 4 weeks until my departure. Exactly 4 weeks. In 4 weeks by Friday, but by this time I probably be. I'm gonna try to push north as quickly as possible, but it depends on what time we leave South Florida. It depends on the turnpike and many other things. But we'll be somewhere in Central Florida by this time. 4 Fridays from today. Love Cuban food, but there's and I missed it. But here in the West, we don't have that many. And yes, Lestat from the Anne Rice books. Yeah, I never read that particular book, but I did see the movie with Tom Cruise. Iris Rivera, hola Robert, saludos desde Illinois. Mi esposo y yo vamos a hacer nuestro primer road trip de Illinois a Key West. Gracias a tus videos, los mejores. Well, thank you so much. Gracias, Iris. And I really hope you enjoyed that trip from Illinois all the way to the Florida Keys. That's a long trip. The furthest we made it into Illinois was Chicago, and we should have gone further north, but no. North of that is Wisconsin. But I need to freshen up on my geography. But yeah, now the state that we missed on that trip was Michigan. We should have really gone into Michigan. Islas Canarias, it's okay too. Yeah, Islas Canarias. You know, I've only been there once. It's just because, and this is funny, an anecdote in Miami. I don't usually get out of the house as much because traffic is so bad that it's like, if I have to drive 15 miles to go to a restaurant, I'm like, screw it, I'm not going. And that happened to me yesterday. I was gonna go to I went to Miami Beach. I haven't been to the beach in years, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to the beach. Stay for half an hour, this and that, and then I'll go pick up Ilya at work. And by the time I got to the beach, I didn't feel like going to the beach anymore. It was like, the MacArthur Causeway is under construction, and it took me like 40 minutes to make it there. And I'm like, and then there's no parking. I'm being negative. I'm sorry. I've had a bad Miami day today. I'm sorry. Enrique Álvarez, saludos desde Argentina. Me gustaría que subtitules los videos en castellano. Abrazo. I would love to subtitle the videos in Spanish as well, es lo que me está preguntando. Pero o es muy caro o es demasiado costoso en cuestión de tiempo. It would take me a very long time to translate all the videos into Spanish. And the company that does it, and they do a good job, charges me $3 per minute. And I'm not making that much money yet from YouTube. When I do, I probably will. But at this moment, it's unfeasible for me to do it. By the way, yeah, repeating Barbara's B. Zigner comment there. If you are going to be in the Miami area by the end of May, we have the meetup coming up on the 29th, May 29th at 7 p.m. MIA Beer Company. And there's the address. You put it there or look it up on Google. And and I'm really, really, really looking forward to doing this and getting to meet some of the local people from here from Miami, which I've met many of you. I've met many of you. Some people have even showed up here at my house, and of course I met some of you at the Magic City Casino. And sometimes I just bump into people on the streets or at Publix or what have you. So yeah, that's we're gonna have a great time. I have a feeling we're gonna have a great time. And Max McLear, hi Robert, should be around 105 in Phoenix when you arrive. 105, that's it. But I'll make sure I stay at an RV park with air conditioner for sure. Do you have hats and T-shirts for sale? I have T-shirts. I don't have hats because I can't figure out Adobe Illustrator. But as soon as I figure out Adobe Illustrator, I'll have hats as well. But I have T-shirts. It's I believe you've got to teespring.com/traveling. Oh, any of my videos, on the bottom there's like a ribbon with links to the T-shirts. Otherwise, freemyrv.com should take you there. Also, for sure. I ate at Chef Ramon. I've been there. My friend David Oliva used to sing there on Saturday nights on 8th Street and got sick. I'm sorry about that. They have a style similar to Palacio de los Jugos, in which they have it's like a buffet, but you don't get it directly from the buffet. It's like food by the pound kind of thing. Thank you, Thomas O'Reilly, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let me see here. These travels, I agree. My husband and I hardly go out to eat, and if we do, it's not Cuban food. LOL. We have that at home. Driving to Miami Beach is crazy with traffic. Yeah, it is. It is. Sometimes you know what I do. Sometimes I go somewhere nearby, and if I can, I just take an Uber. That way I can drink a couple of beers. No problem. Driving back to the house, and yeah. Red Jaguar, what's happening? Cheer up, pal. Things will get better. Are you talking to me? Am I being too negative today? I mean, things are good. Things are generally good. And I'm actually really looking forward to traveling and to finishing this series that is taking me forever to finish editing, and then begin the new series. What's your Melvin Hartman? What's your favorite trip in the USA? And love your videos. Thank you so much. And any trip that involves the West, the Four Corners region, Utah, Arizona, and definitely that's one of my favorite trips. And depending on the time of the year, also. I mean, a trip to the Florida Keys is always rewarding too. I take it for granted because it's right here, and so sometimes it is quicker to make it to the Keys than to make it to other places like Orlando or something like that. So, Oath Keeper 67B Ray, thank you so much for that super chat. I'm sorry. God bless you, Robert. Thanks for all you do. No, thank you, and thank you all who are here. I mean, who would have thunk it that I was gonna be chatting with 224 of you guys on a Friday evening here. This is great. Tori Polk. Hi, Robert. Robert here. Robert Polk as well. I have been following you and Tina posting through your Midwestern trip and factory tours. Great pictures. Oh, you're talking to Paul. Yeah, Paul and Tina. They've been to Quartzite. Of course, Paul and Tina are my friends organizing this rally we're gonna have in San Antonio, Texas, on June 20th, and there's still time to attend. By the way, rvcaravanwithus.com is the address to check them out. And we're really hoping to have a great time there. We're gonna go to the river walk and to a brewery, and I think they want to do like a tour of the missions, which when I was there the last time I didn't, and a lot more stuff. I might even bring my guitar and sing a couple of tunes. So check that out. Christopher Olson from Sweden. What is your worst RV destination in USA? Oh, brother. What's my worst RV destination in the USA? I don't know. I don't wanna be negative. I don't know. I think Helen, Georgia is overrated. I think Fort Wilderness in Disney World is overrated for what they charge. It's overrated. If it was $80 a night, $50, even $100 a night, maybe, but not what they charge. Um, and I'm talking about overrated. I haven't really had like a bad camping experience. Not really. That place by Crystal River, Florida, wasn't that great. Crystal Isles RV Resort. Um, I didn't like Fiesta Key in the Keys, but it was circumstantial. It was 4th of July weekend, and that was like, ah. But everywhere else, for the most part, I mean, there's nothing bad. There have been somewhat disappointing experiences, and sometimes, like, your expectations are very high, and the place doesn't live up to them. But I can't think of a bad experience right now. Let me go back here a little bit. Hola, ¿has ido a la Eterna Llama in Buffalo, New York? I haven't been to Buffalo, New York yet, but I want to go this summer. Greetings from Toronto, Mark de Blasio. Receive your CD and loving it for Death Valley Special. It's hardly noticeable. Yeah, I know. It's a little scratched, but I didn't want to charge full price for something that is not pristine. So yeah, I still have like 4 Death Valley specials if you guys want to get it. It's $8. It's pretty much cost. And those are the ones that got a little bit damaged in back in Death Valley. So Rolando Fujita from Westchester, Gary May. Not in Miami, they won't get better. After 14 years, I had to get out. Space Coast is better. Miami is overcrowded, man. I was driving today, and I'm having kind of a negative Miami day today because I basically drove to Miami Beach in the past 2 days. I drove 5 times to Miami Beach, and it's not pretty. I mean, not even Los Angeles. Faith Rat, I bought my Pelican Head Bridge T-shirt back north with me, hanging on the wall of Cape Cod. Come on, sing it. Fly Pelican. I'm so thank you so much for getting that T-shirt, and you guys keep getting those T-shirts, and I'm really, really, really glad you guys like them. I'm gonna add more models, more different designs to that lineup of T-shirts. Um, but it's just one of those things that, you know, in my brain sometimes I forget. This marvelous life from Urbana, Ohio. Love your channel. We're hitting the road full time next month. Any tips? Congratulations. Just go with the flow. Everybody recommends that you have a small checklist of things, like to do when breaking camp or when you arrive to a place. I don't do it. I know I'm gonna pay for it one of these days. But those things: jacks up, antenna down, wife in, those kind of things. Good guess, these travelers. Um, um, it's about time now. We're hitting the road in June. Congratulations, June. That's like next month. I'm going to Dakota tomorrow. I'm going to Dakota in August. Which Dakota, north or south? Mark de Blasio, Toronto. Received your Death Valley special. Loving it. Oh, I already read that one. Okay, never mind. Volcano Time Lapse. Good to see you too. And Bill142, thank you so much for that super chat. Me again from North Georgia. And North Georgia, by the way, for the most part, it's an amazing area. And it is still one of my favorite areas in the country, for sure. Vogel State Park, amazing. Amicalola Falls State Park, especially when I was there in the fall, when the leaves had already turned and they were almost like falling. They were falling, but still, it was beautiful, beautiful area. So yeah, definitely. Okay, where am I? Ted Warg, where are you at on this Sunday's video? We're gonna do a little more urban stuff. We're gonna do Los Angeles, Hollywood. It's like the talk of the TikTok. You know, it may not be as incredibly alluring as the previous video where we parked right by the Pacific Ocean, but I like it. We're gonna see a little bit of the city, and it's a shorter one. It's only half an hour, but yeah. Mr. Roboto, New Hampshire needs more traveling. Robert, also a trip to Maine, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia would be a great trip. We'll see if we can fit it into this, late summer, early fall portion of the trip. Jim, Ohio meetup depends on your schedule. Maybe one at Put-in Bay. I really do want to go to Put-in Bay, and one in Columbus, North High Brewing Company. We'll talk to you about your schedule later. Yeah, I mean, maybe we can make it coincide with a weekend also, which is probably the best way. I'm going to be there, realistically speaking, in late August, probably even early September. So Thomas O'Reilly, hello Robert, my wife Megan, and I love to watch your videos with our son Thomas. He's 11 months old and he loves the music and driving things. Well, hello Thomas, and thank you so much. And I'm really glad you like my music and the videos. And greetings from Vienna, Austria, Simone Schneider. Thank you so much for that super chat. Ruth Lewis, Robert, are you still employed? And what kind of salary do you recommend to RV full time? Thank you. Love your videotapes. Videotapes. Well, I'm employed by myself at the moment, and I get I get different sources of income. Number one is probably YouTube. Number two is probably Amazon Prime. Believe it or not, it's been growing a lot. And then number 3, 4, and 5 is probably CDs, Patreon, CD sales, Patreon, and then all the other affiliate links like the Easy Start folks and Techno RV and all that. I get a little bit of commission from all those places, and it's starting to work out. Good afternoon, Robert. My 4-year-old son loves your songwriting in my RV especially. Please give a shout out to my old Mason. Old Mason from El Paso. You will make his day. We don't miss your video. Cheers. Well, Mason, cheers. And have a great Friday here. Enrique Sanchez. Hello, Robert. Happy Friday. Where can I find your new song? Not sure if I'm looking in the right place, but I didn't find it on your website. No, the new song is not a... I had it available for download on my website, but I took it out. I actually moved it. I was sharing it from a folder technically from a folder in Dropbox, and I took it out of that folder, so that broke the link. I'm gonna start selling it again, and eventually, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna sell it on CD Baby and iTunes and everywhere else. So but I will put it for sale. The new one, the Desert Rain is called. And also the idea is I'm gonna write 2 or 3 more songs for the rest of this trip, especially one for Death Valley and one for Zion. I hope I have time and the inspiration to do it, and then I'll do like a single with those 3 songs. You must add Mackinac Island, definitely. Definitely, Mackinac Island is on the list. I wanna eat some fudge and go to the Grand Hotel because I saw that movie in the 80s. One Moment in Time, no. Somewhere in time, and yeah. Hey Robert, there was a cool sticker that Alex from CLT put up on your Facebook fan page. Will it be available on your website? Yes, I've seen it. I have to download it and make something with it. One of those things. One of those things that I haven't. Time management. I need to work on my time management. Mark Di Blasio, Di Biasio. Hello again. Any plans to visit Ontario, Canada? I know you were in Toronto without a trailer some years ago. There's plans. Always there's plans, but not on this trip. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna have time. Let's face it. It's pretty good wine. This is. I forgot the name. It's some California Cabernet Sauvignon. 2020. I want to do Alaska, and what I can do, and this would be a great idea. Maybe I can do like the Trans Canada before Alaska, like in the spring. When does spring begin in Toronto? Because that's the thing. Anyway, Red Jaguar, when are you going to do a review on your latest camera? My Sony is killing me with batteries, although love the results I get. Well, glad you asked, Red Jaguar. Yeah, the Sony, the issue with the batteries with the Sony, it's a problem. And of course, I have. No, you haven't seen that video yet, but in Zion National Park, I did Angel's Landing in the snow, which is not recommended, but I did it anyways. And I got great footage of the way up, but then the way down, my 6 batteries. I had 6 batteries, and I went through all of them. And there's very little footage of the way down, which was arguably the more impressive part. But what we have now is this. It's going to be the latest edition. And here's my review. The battery lasts longer than the Sony for sure. Not as long as my old GoPro. Nothing lasts as long as that. And this camera, okay, I'm gonna start with the negatives. It overheats if you do 4K at 60 frames per second. But I've tried it at 30 frames per second. I mean, it overheats after 20 minutes. It's not like it overheats immediately. But for what I want, that I want to have it for hours on end on the roof of the trailer, I think 4K at 30 frames per second is going to work. Now I'm going to have to connect a USB cable to it for it to work, because the battery lasts about an hour, and I don't see a way to put an extended battery on it. But it does last longer than the Sony for sure. And that's my. I mean, video quality is great. Stabilization is superb. I'm really looking forward to using this. And actually, I did a video yesterday on my way to Miami Beach, and I might share it with the patrons and the members next week at some point. And I'm not gonna put it on the main feed because I don't want to break the timeline. First of all, I want to finish with this trip first, and second of all, it's gonna be like a 5-minute video, or not even. So, yeah. But so far so good, Herbie. That the GoPro 7 seems to be a really good camera. Leslie Burr, hey, Les and Linda from Las Vegas, originally from Sacramento. You ever thought of going to Sacramento and viewing the Pioneer Days? Old Sacramento is lots of fun. Yes, I intend to do that as part of this coming trip. Ever stay in Venture Out in Cudjoe Key? Nope, I stayed next door at the Sugarloaf KOA. Is that like a Bluetooth? What's like a Bluetooth? The camera? I think it does have Bluetooth for like remote controlling it, but I'm not certain. Ruth Lewis, what's the favorite lunch spot in Miami? I want to know. No, you're asking the question. Okay. Whew. Numeric Drifter got my sticker today. Cool. I'm really glad you got it. Christopher, it would be fun if you put your songs in full on YouTube with driving shots. No talking, only the song. Actually, most of them are probably there. Let me see something real quick, and let me cut you guys in so you guys can see what I'm seeing. And this is okay. These are my suggestions. If you go Robert Morales, okay, you won't find it there. But if you go Robert Morales driving to the west, now of course you only get. But there it is, Top Tracks by Robert Morales. And I don't know if you can hear the music, probably not. Actually. But here you can listen to the music. It's since it is part of Spotify and Google Play Music and everywhere else. Of course it hold on, let me turn this up. The music is driving me crazy. Of course it doesn't have like pictures of the road, but you can listen to the music. Yeah, at some point I'm gonna do some editing of those songs with the background music. But yeah, that would be cool. Sweet Lavender. Hi Robert and Liliana, I love your channel. Thank you so much for the beautiful video and all the beautiful places you visit. Thank you for watching. And this traveler, you have to persuade Robert to do it. Robert is very busy with doing all his own other things. Really don't think he will get done. You never know. Maybe I can get this traveler to edit some stuff for me. I'm just kidding, man. Have you ever watched Walter's World YouTube channel? Yes, I have. I would love to see you do collab. You do collab. You are definitely the best travel channels on all YouTube. Yes, I've done Walters, especially when I was doing he lived in Finland as a kid. So when I was doing my research about Finland, I watched a couple of his videos. And he does. I think his specialty is like doing top tens on different cities around the world, and yeah, he's really good. Mate, you attempt to go to Tampa, try their Cuban food. It's amazing. And I'm gonna go back to Tampa for the RV show, most likely. I mean, it's not knock on wood. I still have to email the guy in charge and see if he can, get me the media pass and all that. But yeah, and by then I can tell them that that I have over 100,000 subs now, which we're probably gonna be celebrating the 100,000 subscribers if my prediction goes to plan in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Wouldn't that be cool? Sure, is one thing I caught my eye doing lately is humming your songs, Sweet Lavender, to myself as I go through my tedious work day. It puts me in a good mood, lol. Well, I'm really glad to be able to put you in a good mood. I really, really, yeah, it's Amaranto Cabrera. We were just talking about you earlier. All good. I told everybody that you had come to visit me at the Magic City Casino. It was really cool to meet you and your wife, man. I really really appreciate you coming and getting to spend some time together. Jim Robert talked to Chris of Big Rig Videos about what cameras he uses. He has a cool mount for the rear side of his car with the ability to move cameras while on the go. Well, that's really cool. I would love to do that. That way I don't have to buy that 360 camera that I want to put on the roof. I could just have one camera and move it like a periscope. Huh, that would be cool. This traveler doing that would be a great thing. I can do that. I might use my video and your music and just have to share the videos between both channels. I just got a notification here. And if you are here, thank you so much. Christine has bought a sticker. I get a notification from PayPal. Robert, will you ever upgrade to a Class A RV bus? Well, I have a policy of never saying never. It seems unlikely, but maybe when it's not my travel style right now, or what I foresee for the next 10 years, maybe. But I'm not discounting the possibility that when I'm a little older, I may want to be a little more comfortable and spend more time in the same place. The future is not written, and I'm not writing off a Class A RV bus. Okay, fifth wheel is highly unlikely. That's the only one that is highly unlikely. But everything else is up for grabs. Jay Long, hello from Bucyrus, Ohio, where I drove through. Sarah and I would love to meet you. Really enjoy your videos, very inspirational. And Jay, definitely we can get together with you and Jim. Jim lives nearby. And how about a Bucyrus meetup? I drove through Bucyrus on my way back from Cedar Point. John G, first time to the live chat. How's your solar system working out? The Achilles heel there is my batteries. I need to add more batteries. Maybe I'll drive up to Central Florida and hook up with this traveler, and we can do something. Put a bank of AGMs. I hear you have some cables for that. We'll see. We'll see. 242 people watching and only 50 likes. Oh, CLT. Thank you for those likes. And LOL as Steve Jobs. No, Steve Jones. Sounds cool. What did Steve Jones say? I missed so much of the chat. I'm really apologize. Because sometimes it goes fast and sometimes it must be my eyesight. I don't know. Sometimes I skip stuff without realizing it, which is weird. We are sitting, Steve Jones. Oh, we are sitting outside Disney Hollywood Studios watching your live chat. It was right there. You see, I was expecting Steve Jones to be much, much higher, and he was right there. Anyways, nice t-shirt. Did you go to the Derby? No, I didn't, but I bought this at Woodruff Reserve last year. They had him there, and it was right before the Derby. It was when I went, and I saw Thunder over Louisville and all that. Maybe next year I'll go back to Kentucky because I really like that area. I have family there, of course, and I want to see all the activities that they have before the Derby. I already saw Thunder, of course, but they have a balloon thing and a bunch of stuff. They did the crash test of RV here in Sweden. The result was not that good. Do they do crash test in the USA? I know Winnebago does like a drop test. I've seen them where they put the RV upside down and they drop it on the ground, and I'm sure some of the companies do a crash test. And of course, if you are building it in your case in Europe on a Fiat Ducato chassis, or here on a ProMaster or on a Mercedes Sprinter or whatever, I'm sure the chassis manufacturer does a test, and it's certified, or by whatever agency it certifies that. So we'll find out if there is parking space for campers for the meetup. That would be cool. I could take Minitini. Ruth Lewis, some friends of mine sold their house and bought a Class A camper and traveled the USA entirely. Yes. That's the plan. Arrive alive, as they say in Florida. Jim, J Long, we'll do the best for a meetup. Thinking Puddin Bay. But if a Bucyrus could go to Baker's Pizza on Old 30 Barbecue or Old 30 Barbecue. I really don't know the area, and I haven't done all that much. I know Putin Bay is like they call it the Key West of the North, and but definitely nomadic drift. You should find a nice Toyota Dolphin Class C. I know those. I love those Toyota Dolphins. Operate cheap to repair and plenty of room for you and your wife. The thing is, all those are over 20 years old. It's of course it's a Toyota Tacoma chassis, which is probably well taken care of, will last forever, but still. But I do love those dolphins. And there's a Winnebago, is it the Brave, I think, that also is on the Toyota chassis. Hey Robert, I've been watching your Driving to the West video. I love it. Thank you for sharing your travels. No, thank you for watching, and I love doing this. Robert, hey, now we love our fifth wheel. LOL. Yeah, I know. It's I don't know if it is for me, but you never know. As I said, never say never. Alex Blust, do you have any recommendations for how to cut down wind noise when mounting a GoPro on the top of your vehicle? Um Mute, man. Just mute and put music over it. When you're driving 60 miles an hour on the highway, there's no way to get rid of that noise. I don't think. Um, Hi, Tornado from Texas. Have a great day yourself. Winnebago drops them. What place would you go back just for the food? Oh man, that's a tough one. I would say Paris or Belgium or even Finland. But the United States. Let's focus on the United States. California, for all its flaws, they have great food. New York has the best food, probably because they had the food from all over the world. It is expensive, but the food in New York is amazing. And of course, Texas will have the best steak, no doubt, hands down. I haven't had a better steak anywhere else. And and I had great Mexican in New Mexico. It really depends on what you want to have. It's I don't know, man. Like Camo Dave usually says. Jonathan W., what are some of your favorite foods and candies, sweets? I'm not much of a sweets person, believe it or not. I'm a chocolate person. One of my guilty pleasures? Uh, White chocolate macadamia cookies from Walmart. They have to be from Walmart, not anywhere else. I don't know why. I like them. And I love a Whopper, a good, well-made Whopper. I'm simple sometimes. And I don't know if you guys familiar with Spanish singer Julio Iglesias, but he has a song and where he says he is as happy with a loaf of bread and some cheap red wine as he is with caviar and champagne. It really all depends on the circumstance. And if you remember at the end of that movie Sideways, he opened up that bottle of Chateau Cheval Blanc, which was worth thousands of dollars, and he ate it with a burger, like from Wendy's. So anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. That wine must be getting to me. No real testing for campers review. Okay. I seen your Oklahoma sign pictures. Do you plan on going to Oklahoma this year? Maybe, but probably not. I haven't released that video from Oklahoma, in which I didn't do a whole lot, but I visited Oklahoma City, and I really liked it. So I'm gonna go back to Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma is a big state, so I cannot claim that I've seen everything. And at some point, I'm gonna go back, but not this year. I don't think I'm gonna make Oklahoma a priority this year, because this year I already was in Oklahoma. And that video is coming out in two weeks or so. I'm visiting Colorado. Oh, Christopher, no, Christophe, the Brambunter. I'm visiting Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming in June. Very excited. Like your travel vids. Gonna do Interstate 70, Denver to Grand Junction. Beautiful drive, man. That's a beautiful drive. Steve Jones, my 4-year-old won't ride in the car without us playing your music. I'm sorry about that, but greetings to your 4-year-old. Shout out to him. From Yorkshire, England. Love your travels. England is one of those places that what I was there for 4 or 5 days. I really need to go back and see more of England, not only London but the countryside as well. Alex Blust and Bath. I want to go back to Bath. Anyway, Alex Blust, thank you so much for that super chat. Thanks for the tip, Robert. Love your channel, and thank you for the super chat and for watching and for being here. All 241 of you. 441 of you watching for over an hour now, and our peak was at 248. I don't know if that's a record, but that's up there. Where were we? Of course, we are familiar with Iglesias Julio. Maybe you can spell his name. Yeah, of course, he was very very famous back in the 80s. Dmitry Puhov, did you think about manufacturing projector screens with your little logo at some angle for selling it to office for workers' health? I don't see why not. There's so many things we could do, right? Um, but manufacturing projector screens, we could do like a little box, like, yeah, why not? I'm traveling RV bandwagon. I'm traveling to Orlando in a Class A bus from Bakersfield, California soon. By the way, next Sunday's video is Bakersfield. What is the best route as far as road conditions, pull-ups, diesel, etc., in your opinion? You're gonna do I-10 or I-40, right? For such a long trip, you're gonna do I-10 or I-40 for the most part. I-10 is good for the most part, except that section in eastern Texas and western Louisiana, and there's no way to get around it. But yeah. And then I-10, you're gonna take at Lake City, Florida. You're gonna take I-75 south, and then just bite the bullet and take a little bit of the Turnpike or US 27 all the way down to Orlando. Robert, we're on the road. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Steve Northwood and Stupid Idiot. Thank you so much for that super chat. God bless you, Robert. Thank you. Eric G, do you still perform musically on any venues? Yeah, once in a while I do. And actually, I'm going to be at Magic City Casino again. By the way, thank you, Michael Curtis, for buying the sticker. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm ADD a little bit, and sometimes I see my phone, and don't we all do it? If you see a notification, it's like we have to see what it is. And I forgot what I was going to get my calendar. And I'm going to be back at the Magic City Casino on Friday, May 24th. So if you guys want to be in Miami Friday, May 24th, 9 p.m. Magic City Casino, I'm going to be playing with Grupo Caché, which is the same. You saw that video that I put on Facebook about that. So I still do very sporadically. Thanks for being you. Thank you so much, Jeff Foster and Asa. MUFC. You thinking of traveling to another country further away? Definitely. I'm thinking Europe 2021, and then after that, it's a very big world, of course, and that's a cliche, and a lifetime. Even if I was young, a lifetime wouldn't be enough to see everything. But I definitely want to combine traveling overseas and traveling in the United States, and I want to travel like extensively overseas, like maybe spend a couple of months in Europe, spend and get out of my comfort zone little by little. Maybe then do a little bit of Eastern Europe, then maybe go to Japan, and then maybe Southeast Asia, Of course, Australia and New Zealand are, but that's Australia and New Zealand culturally are very similar to us. So getting away from my culture comfort zone would be going to let's say Nepal or or somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa or something like that. It will be so drastically different from what you used to. Anyways, let's continue here. I will also be in Orlando when I leave Myrtle Beach in July. You're gonna be in Orlando right here, and I'm going to be in California. Oh well. John Boats, you love your videos, very interesting. Thank you. DC Bugga, hope you had a chance to see Turner Fall in Oklahoma. No, I didn't. I didn't. I love the video, by the way. Keep the good work. My next trip from Chicago to Boise, Idaho. Desiree Lamarche, what time? 9 p.m. I'm assuming you're asking about the Magic City Casino. From Stockton, California. Hello, Frank. Well, seems some pelicans will meet without traveling robbers. So Red Jaguar, you can also meet up with Lucky Dog Productions as well. What do you mean? You're gonna have a meetup without me? I'm gonna miss that. Ram ProMaster or Ford Transit? That is the question. They're very similar. Ford Transit has a diesel that I think it might be better than the Ram ProMaster. I really wish they would bring the European version of the Ram ProMaster, which is the Fiat Ducato, and bring that same powertrain. But I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't have enough information to make a recommendation. I like the Ram ProMaster myself, but that doesn't mean that the Ford Transit is going to be any worse. So only your channel should be shown on a projector screen. Thank you so much. And yeah, no, lately that I'm monitoring on a big screen. I'm taking. I'm editing a little more focus on a large screen than a small screen. Oh man, how long have we been doing this? 7:17. We're gonna do this for another. Let's make it long-ish tonight, but maybe 7:30 tops. We're gonna start wrapping this up. What time is it? And yeah, we're getting less. People are dropping off. We only have 217 watching now, which is now we're getting the second shift. Here we go. Traveling silver lining. Barbaro, saludos from Ohio. Singapore will be hard to RV. Well, the Singapore probably yes. That's but I'm dying to go to Singapore. Singapore is a top 10, not top 10, but maybe top 20. Let's be honest, top 20 foreign cities. And of course, there's that hotel that has that infinity pool on the top that has the gardens down there. Yeah. Is it true that you are not allowed to chew gum in Singapore? That's the one thing I want to know. Have you considered mixing things up and interviewing locals, experts, or certain tourist sites to give us more insight of the place while keeping your vlog style? Yes and not really. Believe it or not, I'm a little bit of an introvert, so to me sometimes it is hard to seek out people. Let's put it that way. But if it happens serendipitously, of course I would do that. So yeah, definitely. I don't think I'm gonna do any more standalone interviews because for some reason, whenever I do an interview, it just kills the channel. So I'm not gonna do that anymore. But yeah, Christopher Olson, thanks for another great live stream. But I have to go late as usual here in Sweden. Well, thank you so much for being here, Christopher. And one of these days, I'm gonna go back to Sweden and have a great time there. We are driving from North Fork, California to Atlanta. We are in Arkansas now, headed to Helen, Georgia, then back to California in July. Maybe we'll see you in California in July. Betty Garcia from Illinois. Cheers from Steve Northwood. Faith Rada. When I win Megabucks, I'm gonna buy you guys a really nice Class B plus. LOL. Thank you so much. Actually, it might be because the one that I really want, Winnebago discontinued it. So if you find you a nicely kept Winnebago trend from like 2014, let me know. This summer trip to California, are you going through I-10 or I-40? I-10. But I'm gonna zigzag after San Antonio. I'm gonna do some zigzagging. I want to go down to Big Bend. I want to go up to north to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. So I want to do some zigzagging. But from here to San Antonio, definitely I-10 for the most part. Fly Pelicans from Steve Northwood. Annette Barber. Hello, Robert. Love your videos. Keep the good. Thank you so much. Can you please explain how you started your podcast? Well, believe it or not, I started a podcast in 2008, but it was kind of like a video podcast. It was an experiment back then. The Living the RV Dream podcast. One morning, sometime in February, late February of 2017, John Huggins of livingthervdream.com sent me an email and said that since they were not going to be full-time RVers anymore, they wanted to pass along the podcast to someone else to continue the podcast. And I was one of two choices. The other person declined, so I said, "Yeah, sure. It would be my honor to follow in those footsteps." And of course, it wasn't the same RSS feed in technical terms. I started a new podcast, but I called it the same, basically, with Traveling Robert. And he announced on his podcast that I was gonna continue with the name, and he gave me administrative rights to the group on Facebook. And that's how I had been pondering the idea of starting a podcast almost since I started the YouTube channel. But it was one of those things, and after that happened, I said, I cannot say no, and this is something that I really want to do, and I'm not doing it like like today. I didn't publish an episode. I'm not doing it every single Friday. If I don't feel like I have something compelling to talk about, sometimes I don't do it. I did it very religiously when I had sponsors and stuff like that, because in that sense, it's a commitment. But right now, if I'm just gonna ramble along on the podcast. By the way, living the RV dream with Traveling Robert in iTunes, and if you like it, leave me a review or something, because that always helps the podcast grow. And the podcast is kind of stagnant at the same. It's about, let's say, about 1,000 of you who listen every single week, but it hasn't grown much. So, William Graham, hi Robert, thanks for all you do to post great content. Thank you. Quick question: have you ever stayed at Henderson Beach State Park? We're thinking about staying there, but I haven't found much YouTube content. No, I haven't been able to stay there, but it's on the list, right? Henderson Beach, that's the one by Destin, right? Robert, is California your favorite state besides Florida? In certain aspects, but this is funny. Neither Florida or California are my favorite states. I'll go for Arizona, Utah, Colorado, or Georgia. Not necessarily in that order. Hey, when you're in California, could you stop at a mission or two? Well, as you saw, I stopped at the Santa Barbara mission on my last trip. And when I go to San Antonio is not California, but yes, I will stop. I will do the Camino Real and stop at some missions, probably now on this upcoming trip that I have, definitely. Mr. Roboto 2338, wish I could get him a double pig's ear, double down brown ale from Woodstock in Brewery. Cool. You can stay at our cabin and in the Sierras, 45 minutes from Yosemite. I have space for Minitini. Man, we gotta get in touch because I'm gonna be there soon. I'm gonna do the 395 North, so that's in July. Timothy Painter, when are you coming back on our radio program? We love your music and your story. Whenever you want, Timothy. Of course, that's on Denver radio station. Angie Roos, thanks for all you do. Happy Mother's Day to your wife. Thank you. Hello, Robert. I'll be going to Sedona at the end of the month. Do you recommend doing besides Holy Cross Chapel? Did you notice if they do Mass on Mondays? I don't think so. I think it was just a Sunday Mass, but I'm not certain. I didn't check, to be honest. I didn't check. But in Sedona, there's so much to do in Sedona, and there are a lot of hiking trails. Also, it's so beautiful. Everywhere you look in Sedona, it's something great. Thank you so much for that super chat, Manfred Schlenkrich. Keep up the great work. Maybe I'll run into you. Looking forward to that. Troll alert. Where's the troll? In Largo, Florida. We wish you well down here. Thank you so much. Will you visit Lake Powell when the Grand Canyon? No, because I'm going to the. Actually, I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna go through Page, Arizona, but I want to go to the north rim of the canyon, which I haven't been to yet. I was in Lake Powell in 2014, and I do want to go back for sure, but not on this trip. You know, if I were to do everything there is to do, it will take me years to make it from Florida to California. And I would love to do that. And maybe when we are really full timing, we'll do that. One day you're gonna make a Hollywood movie that will be a super hit at the box. I really hope so. I enjoy the warranty podcast you did. I'm considering a warranty. Class A diesel parts are expensive. Yes, I know. If you, that's the thing with the warranty. Minitini, I don't know, man, because Minitini, probably the warranty, just a couple of years of warranty would be worth more than what I paid for Minitini, especially what Minitini is worth right now. I don't know how much it's worth, but I imagine it depreciates. But if you have a big diesel pusher, yeah, that it might be worth to have a. Anywho, any microbreweries interested in giving you free beer to review yet? No, not yet. But I haven't been, I haven't been advertising myself either. So I don't know. Jeannie Stark and Scott Stark saying hello from Largo, Florida, of the coast of St. Pete and Clearwater. The first time I thought you said Key Largo for some reason. Dude, well, hello, Jean and Scott. Buy you a free IPA, but please say hi to us, okay? I will. I already did. Never mind. Revelator Phoenix, hey, how come time delay? Well, there's a time delay between the time I'm speaking and the time you listen to me is like 10 seconds. And then, there's a time delay by the time I get to your message on the chat. Sometimes there is a time delay. So, yeah. CLT, Robert, for your podcast tips and tricks. And how about adding a co-host? Yeah, you're volunteering for co-host? I need, just me yapping along by myself. It can get boring at times. I understand that, but I haven't been able to find a reliable co-host, so that would be cool. Have you ever been to a Florida spring? We went to one, and the message left. But I haven't been to a Florida spring to swim in it. But I've been to Crystal River, to the spring. What's it called? The Three Sisters Springs, where the manatees come in the winter. Very nice. That was a great experience. Thinking of getting a new rig yet? Hello from Tampa. if I can get a well-maintained and decently priced Winnebago Trend 23L, but not before not before 2020, probably not. Hey Robert, from Steve Smallwood, have you ever been to the Outer Banks, North Carolina? We're trying it next month. I haven't been there, but I really want to do. I really want to do it. Maybe on my way back from Pennsylvania this coming fall, early fall. Thank you, my bro. It's coming to your door soon. What's coming to my door? Oh, someone's knocking. No, no, just kidding. Jesús Rondón, saludos de Inglaterra. He says greetings from England. Saludos, Jesús. And muchas ganas de visitar Inglaterra nuevamente. Robert Gina Largo. Tour de Florida Springs. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Our favorite state park is closed for improvements. Where is that? Co-host Ili. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Real Gordis del Piche Gordo desde Tampa, Florida. I like your English accent. Saludos. Oh, thanks. It's taken me many years to perfect my English accent. CLT, why not? And we can review 3 different IPAs on each show. Hey, sure, why not? We can do that. There used to be this podcast back in I don't know if you guys were into podcasts at the very beginning. It was called Dig Nation. These two guys, Alex Albrecht and Kevin Rose, Kevin Rose actually was the creator of this website called Dig, and then he worked for Google, a lot of places. And the whole podcast was them two talking and getting drunk and talking about the news of the week. And somehow it was strangely compelling to listen to them. Robert, North High Brewing gave you their beer, not paid for by us. Just sent to a Florida address to give to you. So in a way, that was for you to review. Well, yes, I totally didn't think of, since I didn't deal directly with them. I totally didn't think of that as a beer review. But yeah, you're right. And when I go to Ohio, maybe we can do like one in person. We're gonna talk sponsorship. Nah, just kidding. Is your tire wear issue fixed? That can be expensive. Well, Paul Falsey of RV Caravan with us.com. He actually found a place in St. Augustine that will do the job. I think for like $800, and I might do it eventually. But I figure I go through about 4 tires per year, which cost me $40-$60 per year. That's $240 per year. So to cover $800, that's about 3 years. So if I intend to keep Minitini for another 3 years, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I don't see any immediate danger of, I haven't blown a tire or anything like that. They just don't last very long. We'll see. I might fix it. Hey, we're just going to say hello back, but we dare you to visit. Oh, again, the Florida Springs. Yeah. Ooh. All that Cuban food I had earlier. Okay, 7:34. I'm like going overtime here, guys. I'm gonna start wrapping this up. We'll send you this year's Derby shirt. Love your channel. Thank you so much. My PO box 145012. Is that it? I just had a mental for 145012, Coral Gables, Florida 33114. If you wanna send me stuff, send me beer. send me chocolate, or send me a derby t-shirt. Um, Definitely Scott Stark will drink a pitcher of some nice IPA. And yep, I I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Thank you so much for being here. Actually, we're gonna do something different today, just because piano is my main instrument, not really the guitar. I had a recording session a couple of nights ago, and I have a lot of stuff. I just tend to put stuff on top of this piano because uh, uh, I'm riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding in my RV wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend and see you next Friday. Don't forget the Miami Meetup next on the 27th, on the 29th, Wednesday 29th of May, 7 p.m. at the MIA Beer Company. Night.